All right, what's going on, guys? This is Dr. Matt, your host for the Roadie Strength Podcast, podcast where we interview friends, businesses, and just people in fitness in Rhode Island, local guys. So today we got a special guest. We have Ash. He's working out over at Bullfrog Fit, and he's got a lot going on with acting and modeling now. So excited to have you on, Ash.
Thank you.
So we're gonna get right into it. We'll hit some rapid fire questions. So first one, we got best breakfast in Newport or like Aquidneck Island area.
See, this is tough because I don't eat breakfast out.
No, you make it.
Yeah, because like at 5, 6 in the morning, who the hell is gonna be open that early?
That's true. You get up early.
Super early. I wake up around like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So no one's really open that early, other than our store Charlie's. But
Right.
I mean, I make it myself.
Yeah. What do you make? What's your go-to?
A cheese omelet.
Nice.
Or sometimes I like to make oats with peanut butter and some like protein powder and with milk. I like to mix that up and.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. I love peanut butter, so I'd be all over that.
Oh, it comes out delicious, honestly.
Nice. All right, moving on to the next question, which is very fitting because you brought over some coffee yourself. Best coffee in Newport?
Custom House Coffee.
Yeah?
By far.
That's my spot, too.
That's the best you could ever get. They're the best.
They're very good there. They roast their own beans. Like, you can smell it when they...
That's where I got this coffee from.
Really?
Yep.
What style is this? So we're drinking coffee for the audio listeners. The video watchers, they can see it. But
so this is the French press, but it
nice.
was the... This could be a tough one. I forgot the name of it, but it's like dark roast.
Nice.
Yeah, I forgot that. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't get it.
Is it? Do you know where the country is from?
That's what I'm trying to do. Because I usually drink like Jamaican coffee, but they can't get it.
Why?
Because there's one spot in Jamaica where they harvest the beans.
Sure.
And from what I've heard, they're very short on on people, or I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's just like one spot in Jamaica. They said that they can't get it.
Interesting. Okay, so there's a shortage of Jamaican coffee right now.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best coffee you could ever drink.
Yeah, I saw that they sell a bag at Custom House that's like $20-$30.
I wish it's like 50. It's like 45. It used to be.
Oh wow!
45 a pound.
For the Jamaican coffee.
Yeah, now from what I was talking to the woman, and she said if we would sell it now, it costs around like $90 for 1 pound.
Wow! But they don't want to. They can't get it.
No one can get it in this country.
Wow, that's interesting. I just saw an article kind of similar the other day about Flo's Clam Shack in Middletown. You know the place right across from Atlantic Beach Club.
Yes,
with the big shark outside.
Yes, I drive past it almost every week.
Yeah,
every day.
It's a nice spot. A lot of like fried seafood.
I've never been to it.
No.
Is it good?
It's pretty much all fried food, so it's not particularly healthy, but it's a cool spot. A cool atmosphere inside. But it reminds me of you saying about the shortage of Jamaican beans. There's a shortage going on right now with clams, like fried clams, which they're known for. I think even on the sign it says like world famous like fried clams. And the guy who owns it came out and like made a statement and said, "Hey, like we're not gonna sell fried clams right now."
I'm surprised
because it's such a shortage. So the price they would have to sell them at is like way like astronomically high. Like it would be like how you said like $99 for the coffee beans. It would be like something similar to that for the clams. So like we don't feel that's fair to our customers, so we're not gonna even sell them right now.
Like personally, like I told the woman, like I would buy it.
I said,
like, bring it in.
I'll still buy it. Is it that good? I never had it.
It's delicious. Like I think I gave some to Jeremiah, and I had Gina try, and it's. You gotta have it black to understand that. If you drink if you drink this one, and you drink a cup of Jamaican coffee, like you could tell it's smooth.
This is really good. I really like this coffee.
Yeah, but like the Jamaican one is nice and it's just like easy, nice.
Yeah.
It's not as strong. It's like nice and smoother, which I love.
This is even like this is probably the best coffee I've had in a while. Really smooth, and almost like hints of like a cinnamon or something like that.
Hint of like cardamom.
Cardamom. I knew it was something.
I love
like something like that. And I'm not someone who could like usually pick up on something like that.
But cardamom has that nice touch.
Yeah, it does. It's really good. I'm gonna have to get some of that for myself. That's good stuff.
I mean, I'll bring you some. I have a lot at home.
All right. We'll go on to the next question. Favorite. We're going to sneaker question.
Alrighty.
Favorite gym sneaker.
Nikes. I like them. They're nice and they're nice and like expensive, but I like them.
Yep. Any particular like brand or style?
Because I don't run often, but Gino told me go get like Nike running shoes. So I get those. But when I weightlift, I like the Converse, nice and flat.
Yeah, for doing like deadlifts and stuff like that.
But even though like for instance, like I have some like weightlifting shoes that I paid, I think $90 for them.
Really?
I still like to lift like barefoot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's actually a lot of people do that. You kind of get a better feel for the ground, and you get lower to the ground too.
Man, it's like I've spent so much money on flat shoes, and but every time I lift, I take them
off.
You
know what the flattest shoe is? No shoe.
Exactly. I've taken them off. I'm like, why do I even buy them?
Yeah. No, Converse is a really popular shoe. A lot of people wear those to lift.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's incredible to me that people like professional basketball players used to wear Converse.
Flat Converse?
Yeah, back in the day, they used to wear flat Converse. I'd break my ankles if I played basketball. Those things.
Actually, like the reason why Gina made me go get like the running shoes. I went one time. I ran 2 miles with them flat. My ankles were sore as hell.
I bet they're not a good running shoe at all.
And she's like, Ashley, what did you do? I'm like, running with Converse. She goes, stop.
I couldn't think of a worse shoe to run in. I really can't.
It was painful.
Unless you run in like flip flops.
I'm not that stupid.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Favorite cardio equipment? Piece of equipment.
I want to say the elliptical.
Yeah?
I love it.
Nice.
We don't have it upstairs.
No, they don't have one here.
We got to tell Jeremiah to get one.
Yeah.
See, but I'm not a cardio guy.
Yeah. But you're a strength guy.
Cardio's not my thing, but if I have to, I will go for the like elliptical.
So what about here? What do you use here? Stair climber?
No, I hate that. I use like the treadmill or the bike.
Nice.
I'll alternate. But on the treadmill, I just walk 15 to 20 minutes just to warm up the body. But if it's like cardio session, when Gina tells me I have to, it's like that. That's the bike, 45 minutes.
Yeah. Wow, that's a long bike ride.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, you must be sweating after that. How about favorite strength equipment? Favorite piece of strength equipment?
That's the leg press.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. You just set a record. You set a gym record. Easily.
I'm not sure if anyone has ever done it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
1,365.
1,365 pounds on the leg press. It's a lot of weight.
Oh, my ankles and my lower back after that was sore. Like I woke up the next morning, I was like, oof.
I bet ankles too, huh?
Yeah, because I lifted. Because I was lifting just barefoot. So,
okay.
So I felt it a bit in my ankles. But thankfully, I came to you that day and you were stretching on the table.
Yeah.
And if you were to stretch me, I would have been sore.
Man, get a little recovery after that.
I love it.
That's good.
I like to see how far I could get with that.
Yeah.
My goal is to load the whole thing up by the end of the year.
You pretty much did.
I got some space left.
There's a little bit left you can fit on there. Nice. Moving on, next question. Celebrity crush.
That has to be the Yara, a Lebanese singer.
Okay.
A very elegant woman.
What's the name?
Yara. Her name is Y-A-R-A.
Y-A-R-A.
And a Y.
Y-E-R-A?
And a Y-A.
Y-A.
R-A.
R-A. Aha, pop right up.
She's quite famous, I can say.
Okay. She's a good singer.
Very.
Nice.
Good voice, good look. You can't beat that.
No, you can't. From Lebanon. Which is where you're from, correct?
Originally from
cool.
Lebanon.
Cool. And we'll get into that. Next question, we got favorite actor.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah?
I love him.
All right, you and G agree on that one.
I love the way he acts. He puts a lot of care in his acting.
Yeah, he does.
Some people just don't care. He's the type of guy that will take every second to actually take care of his like performance, his body, his everything. I mean, just to make sure that he hits the role.
Yeah.
And like he definitely came along. I mean, if you look at his first, when he was first beginning, I think one time he said in an interview like the best scenes I got was when they let me be me, like when they left him just do his thing, and he all of a sudden became super good.
Yeah.
Like his movies went from being okay to wow, I want to watch it.
Yeah. I could see that. I mean, if you think about it, early on he started with wrestling, and like in a way, that's like using acting skills, you know.
And, I mean, like in the wrestling business, I think he was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, he would like.
He's one of the top guys.
The best.
Yeah.
I think when he started, I think when he left, and then. I think after like when he left, it was all right, but not like the same.
They took a hit when he left. They definitely took a hit.
I think when Dwayne Johnson left, I was like, it's all right. I mean, like John Cena was okay, but
not the same. It was different.
Just a different, I don't know what to say. It was not the same.
Yeah. So I mean, he's had a ton of acting experience from wrestling like early on, and then he's been an actor all the way, and he's done so many different roles. Like he'll do like a voiceover in a kids movie, like a cartoon movie.
Yeah, I mean that was nice.
Yeah, and then he'll do like a funny movie, but then he'll also like was he in the Other Guys? That police movie? I think he might have been.
Which one?
There was the movie with
Fast and Fury.
Fast and Furious. Yep. So like kind of like a serious action movie. That's a good one. I think he was in The Other Guys too. It's a really funny police movie with Mark Wahlberg and
I didn't watch that one.
Will Ferrell. Oh man, I slept. Yeah, he is in that one. I slept on that for a while.
Really?
It's a really really funny movie.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's really underrated. I didn't stop laughing the entire movie.
I think also,
like literally.
I think the worst movie he did was when he was like the Tooth Fairy. I'm not sure if you remember that one.
No, I don't. I'll have to look that one up too.
Yeah, that one was down the toilet.
Really? I mean, that sounds like a tough role. Oh, it's literally called Tooth Fairy. Yeah, that's.
I mean, a big guy like that. Wearing a Tooth Fairy dress.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I would never wear it.
that's a stretch. We'll go on. Next question: place you most recently traveled by plane?
Arizona. Yeah, I went to my cousin's wedding.
Nice.
And because I never wanted to go because I know I don't do good in hot climates.
And it's hot there. What time of year?
It was August.
Oh.
And I'll tell you what, my stomach didn't do well at all.
Oh, your stomach?
My stomach. I think more than half of the wedding, I was just stuck in the bathroom.
Oh, man.
And my hands started swollen.
Really?
I was like, and the worst part is an hour before I went on the plane, I drank. I'm not sure. I don't think it's the coffee and like the blueberries.
Yeah.
I drank coffee, ate blueberries. I was stuck for an hour straight in the bathroom. It was like, why did I do this again?
Traveling can be tough. You
I told my father, if I didn't love that guy, I would have killed him. And it was miserable.
Man, that's tough. It's the desert out there. It's super hot. It's 100 degrees like all summer. I feel like.
I think honestly, it was very beautiful to see the Grand Canyon. It was honestly breathtaking. I'm not sure if you.
I've been. Yeah, I've been.
Breathtaking. But
unreal.
Other than that, nothing.
Yeah.
Other than the Grand Canyons, I want to go home.
Yeah.
It was just too much, and the food over there was.
Yeah. Some people love it. Some people love like kind of like the desert landscape. They feel very at peace, like comfortable. Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah, some people love that.
It feels like hell over there.
It does.
Where the hell are you getting peace from?
I don't know. Yeah, that's one of those places like I'll explore, but I wouldn't want to live out there. But people do. People live out there. They love it.
Not me.
Yeah, not me either. How about most recently traveled by car?
Connecticut.
Okay.
Because of the school, I was like going back and forth.
Right.
So I was like stuck there for like 12 months.
A full year?
No, sorry, 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
A full year, I was going back and forth.
Yeah, that's tough. And we'll get into that too. But that you were doing long car rides out there, right? What was it, hour, 2 hours?
It was 2 hours drive. We're going back and coming. It was 2 hours going and 2 hours coming.
So 4 hours total.
Yeah, and sometimes like I'll start speaking to myself. I'm like, what am I saying to myself? Just
Yeah.
shut up. Talking about like odd things. I'm like, what?
Just keep yourself company. Hey, maybe that's probably not a bad thing for the type of schooling you're going to. You know.
Yeah, I got bored listening to music, so sometimes I'm like, you know what? Let's have a conversation with myself.
Yeah. Honestly, it's not that out of the ordinary. I do that sometimes. I'll get the phone and I'll like record almost like a journal entry
Really?
when I'm driving. I'll take my phone, put it on like either a voice memo or like video, so it records, and I'll make voice like a long form like 10-20 minute like journal entry just from the car.
Oh, I tried to do that one time with singing. I wish I never did.
I never listened to him again, but it's almost, it feels good to get it.
Like, there was this like musician that a very beautiful song that I mean, it's in Arabic, but it's a little sad music. So it has like high pitched notes.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, I want to hear my voice. I was so excited. I pressed play and I just kept on going, and I thought I did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
I went to press play. I said delete immediately.
Yeah.
It was like a nightmare.
Didn't come out good.
Man, my voice isn't like concert voice. It was my voice like bathroom, kitchen voice only.
So, do you sing often? No.
I mean, only in the bathroom.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think would you ever like have to do any sort of like singing like with the acting? Do you think, or
if it's required?
Yeah.
Maybe, but if it's not, then no.
Then no.
I'm not gonna stand on the stage and start singing.
Yeah. But I could see like some movies or some situations could like require it. Like
if they do, but my voice isn't like the type where you like I could book a concert and let's start singing.
Yeah. That's not your style.
No, it's not my style. My voice isn't meant to be on the stage.
Sure.
I mean, why lie to you and tell you I'm the best singer there is out there?
That's true.
I mean, if we're ever on a car ride and you start listening to movie, okay, but stop.
Yeah. You're all right, but let's cut it off. That's cool. All right. Where would you want to travel next? Do you have any trips planned right now?
Honestly, no. I got a lot of work I gotta do.
Yeah.
With Isabel, we gotta build a portfolio. So.
Yep. Shout out Isabel. Weatherbees.
Oh yeah.
Weatherbees is the name of the company.
Weatherbees.
Let me fact check that,
because I gotta work with her coming next week, so I gotta get it right.
What are you guys working on?
We got a photo shoot on a boat on the 10th. Hopefully, if the weather stays nice. With the boat, so we got a nice photo shoot coming up. So hopefully the weather doesn't come against us.
Yeah. She's been helping me with like little stuff here and there too. And I know she's been like helping you with time. Like she's got a great business she's running.
She's super good. Like if you want, I mean, very flexible person, very hard work. She gets her work perfect and on time. Like that.
Extremely organized.
Very
good person to help you if you're going on some sort of endeavor like you're doing.
She honestly like brings like joy to work. You know how people sometimes like, why am I working with you? You know what I mean? She brings like joy and fun to work, and especially
that's huge.
And especially on a photo shoot, like you can't be bored.
No,
because it would like on me especially it shows on my face.
So you can't hide it.
No, so I can't show that look on a photo shoot. Like, what is he doing?
Right.
You know, so she brings like joy and fun to work. You're like, that's what I'm gonna work with, and she honestly gets her work done. Like, I mean, I remember the first photo shoot we did. Mm-hmm. The second hour with editing everything, I was like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
Like the next 2 hours, I was like, wow, this is quick.
That's a quick turnaround, especially like if you typically work with a photographer, it takes a while.
Yeah, I mean,
to get your photos back.
And she got it done quick because before her, I was thinking to work with somebody else. Man, when I messaged him, he goes, "Oh, sorry, I know who you are, but I'm a little drunk." I said, "Yeah."
What?
I said,
delete. Oh my god. He said, "I know who you are, but I'm a little drunk."
Yeah, I get drunk a lot. I said, I can't have that on.
No.
I can't work with somebody like that because it takes one wrong move to wreck everything I'm doing. Right
Exactly.
And actually, the way I met her was through because she like rebranded Gina's page.
Right. Okay.
And that's so I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna give her a shot and see how things are going. And from the first day I saw her work, gone.
It's good to go. Nice. Yeah, she's awesome. I'm glad you're working with her.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Isabel.
One of the best.
And last rapid fire question: one book that's impacted your life, or one of your favorite books.
Books, man, I don't read.
That seems to be the typical answer.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not a big. I've tried all methods to get me better on reading. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Every time I open the page, I last 2 minutes. If I'm lucky, I last half an hour.
Yeah.
After that, I get bored.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't have pictures in it.
I don't blame you there.
Like, I get bored quick.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not a reader.
How about any like podcast or anything?
My favorite one, an interview was done in Lebanon by Wael El-Kfoury, which is a Lebanese singer, when he went back to his college. This was years after he became a star and wealthy. And they were asking him questions about how what was the toughest part of your journey. He said not having money and really struggling. And he said, but the most two things that I really kept dear in me, and I didn't lose through this whole journey, was patience and faith. And those are the two things that now I add into my life, is to make sure that I have patience and faith. And we were talking about that.
We were talking about that last week when I saw you, and I think that's so awesome, because in the current world that we live in, patience doesn't come very often. Everyone wants that quick.
Exactly.
I don't want to wait. I want something. I want results right now. I want this right now. So patience is huge, and I think faith plays right along with that.
Oh, if you don't have those two, patience or you're not a faithful person, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, you're not going nowhere.
If you're always looking for the quick fix or the quick solution or the quick buck,
I just sit at home and just be quiet.
Yeah.
Because honestly, you're not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere. That's good. I like that. Let me ask you one kind of side question on that, because we got the podcast. But how about one movie, favorite movie or film, or one that you really liked, or maybe even one that you saw recently?
Movie. My favorite one, I want to say, has to be the Fast and Fury. With Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
I think when he came in, it took it from being boring to wow.
So which one was that? Do you remember?
I think all of them he played in was nice.
Yeah.
I really like each one of them.
I really like those series too. What's his name? Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, yeah.
Paul Walker passed away, unfortunately.
And was that 2013, right?
Yeah, it was a little while ago.
Yeah.
I think now, but yeah, those are great movies, great action film, but also great cast of actors in there, so they're fun to watch. If you love cars, they're good movies too.
Yeah. And I think Dwayne Johnson has that very tough character in the movie that really just draws you right into the movie, which is ooh, he's coming.
Yeah,
here we go.
You get excited when you see him. It's oh, it's The Rock, let's go.
In any movie, now he plays it's gonna be a good one, because he really, especially now, he actually takes care and he makes sure that he puts good stuff out there. Some people, I think, just do it just for the money.
Yeah.
And you could definitely tell the difference.
Yeah.
After you finish, you watch, you go, this is garbage.
Yeah. I've definitely seen a few movies like that too.
Oh yeah, me too.
All right, let's get into history a little bit, both in in your fitness and also with your acting. But we'll start with, what city did you grow up in?
I grew up in two, actually. I was born in Fall River, Massachusetts, at Charlton Hospital. But we moved to Lebanon I want to say when I was 3 or 4 years old.
Oh wow!
And I grew up in Lebanon from 3 all the way till I was 10 years old. And economy wasn't doing so great, so we came back here, and we grew up in Middletown till my sophomore year. And it was, honestly, it was a big jump, seeing two different cultures. Living in Lebanon, where we actually grew up beside family, all around us.
Yeah.
And friends, and Arabic was my language that I was just learning. And when I was just grasping on Arabic,
back to English.
I was oh my God. And that's what actually started, I suffered from a stuttering problem.
Sure.
Because of it.
Yeah.
Because there are two different languages. We write it Here we go. Arabic from right to left and English from left to
right. Oh, man.
So try to, like, figure that out.
That's going to be tough.
And I remember one time I passed in my test in English. It was written from right to
left.
Way. The teacher came up to me and goes, "What is this?"
Oops. Oops. Sorry.
Oh, I failed bad that day.
Yeah.
And I think it was the finals, too. Man, I had to be pushed back a grade because of it. Like, I'm not... Like especially like in Lebanon, like here. I mean, we have the weekends to spend with our friends. In Lebanon, when it's school time, you have no time for yourself. It's really? Like the whole week you're studying. They hit you with Arabic, English, science, and you name it. By the end of the day, your brain is fried.
Yeah.
You're like, why?
Yeah. Long days too. Long school days.
Just like here.
Yeah,
but like
same.
we grew up in like Islamic school, so like religion also was part of it. So when I got home, I was like, I don't want to study anymore. I'm tired. But of course, like if you don't show your work or you don't come on time,
right?
The principal's waiting for you with a nice ruler.
They teach it the hard way.
But I mean, like they stopped it now. So I mean, I wish they stopped it at my time. I would have loved it.
Yeah.
Not showing up with
Did you feel the ruler a couple times?
No, once. Every week I had to.
Yeah.
I mean, I would miss me and the principal. We had that thing. Like it was like, I'll skip a day, then I'll meet you a day.
Yeah. Every other.
Every other, because again, like I'm not a person that loves school to a point where like I'm on time with my homework. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Oh, just get me out of here.
Yeah, I want to be finished with it.
I was the last one out of the bus, but the first one in.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, you could go.
Yeah.
First
all right. I guess it's my turn. I'll go in. That's funny. Do you still speak some Arabic or not? Not really.
I love Arabic.
Yeah.
Actually, I listen to Arabic music. That's like my number one thing.
Right, like your celebrity crush.
Actually, she's single, so.
Hey, there we go.
So if I make it big and she's still single,
there we go. Set it up.
Yeah,
never say never.
Yeah, who knows?
Man, did you add nutmeg to that?
What is it?
Did you add the nutmeg to that coffee, or is that just how it is?
That's how it is.
That's wild. I've never tasted anything like that.
But that's like how we do it in like the Middle East. Like we put some cardamom in it.
Yeah.
It just gives it that.
Yeah, but you didn't. But that's just straight beans. You didn't add anything to it.
Straight beans.
Wow, that's wild. That's good. It's really good.
I love my coffee.
Yeah. Let's move on a little bit. We'll go into. Did you do any sorry, you live in Middletown now.
Actually, no, we live in Tiverton, right?
Tiverton. Okay. And did you do any sports, like youth sports in school or anything like that growing up? We did like the league. I mean, I did like for Middletown. I played a bit of baseball. I was getting. Not sure why I stopped baseball. I was getting a little really good to a point where the coach would give me the ball game at the end of the game. Yeah.
I'm not sure why I stopped. I think we went back for vacation to Lebanon, and I think that stopped it. But for basketball, I was like the center, so I would get the rebounds.
Yeah.
A lot.
Nice.
So actually, I was in the Tiverton, the Newport Daily News. I think three times.
No way.
Because I was big.
Yeah. Were you a lot bigger than all the kids at that time? Taller?
Not taller, but stronger. So
yeah.
No one wants to really meet me at it.
No one wants to square up against you.
Wouldn't be a smart idea.
Yeah. Nice. Did they have or was it popular to play like baseball or basketball in Lebanon or no?
Basketball we do, but baseball is not even a thing that.
It's an American sport.
Baseball or football. I mean, football like throwing, but we do football. Like if you go up to the guys in Lebanon, say you don't play football, it's soccer.
Yeah. They
don't know anything about the American football.
American football.
That's just here.
What's the biggest sport in Lebanon? Basketball?
I want to say soccer and basketball.
Soccer and basketball?
Yeah.
Nice.
Those are like the two major, actually all around the world.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, everyone loves soccer. Except the U.S. The U.S. doesn't like it. Oh, we lost the audio for a second. Are we back?
Yep.
Oh, 1 second. we're back.
We're back.
All right, sweet. All right, pull that back up. And then, when did you start your fitness? When did you start hitting the gym? When did you start working out?
It was actually in 2013. I had like my older cousin, the oldest boy out of us was he was like the state champion in like wrestling. He was big and strong. So every time he would they moved so like when he would come down to like Middletown, just being that young kid that I wanna arm wrestle you. So we'd square up and boom, done. It would just like knock me out. I was like, this guy, I can't stand him. So I would start going to the gym, lifting, met him again. Again, dropped me down. I was like, oh, I'm getting pissed off now.
Yeah.
So when I finally got bigger, finally got stronger than him, I go, let's go. He goes, no, I'm fine. Seriously? I was like, let's go. He said,
Didn't want to lose.
He said, no, I won. I'm not. But now I'm like way stronger than him.
Yeah.
I mean, him actually like still, like whenever he has a chance, like he always tells me like, man, like you're getting big and wide. What's going on here? I'm like,
a little competitive. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I mean, so that's how it started.
Yeah.
And had my ups and downs with it, which I think you're gonna ask me that.
Yeah. I got a parallel story to that. That's basically how I got into fitness too. Like, I mean, I played sports in high school. Like, we did a little bit of like workouts with the team, but like nothing much.
So what sports did you play?
Hockey,
nice.
Ice hockey, a little bit of lacrosse, a little bit of crew, like rowing.
Yep.
Track and field.
Did they have like a weightlifting like team for the school that you were in?
I don't think they did at the time in my high school, but
what high school did you go to?
St. John's in Shrewsbury, prep school, all boys school. But my biology professor, who's always been a big into powerlifting, weightlifting, strong guy, now organizes a club team there of like an actual like powerlifting, like weightlifting, like style team.
Really?
So I don't think if it was around at the time, I didn't know about it, but it's definitely there now, which is really cool.
Unfortunately, like in Tiverton, they never had it. And I was like, seriously.
It really wasn't popular, I feel like even like 5-10 years ago, but it's gaining traction.
I wish like they bring that stuff back because it's fun. But like in Middletown, I don't think they had one. They didn't have one in Tiverton. I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Honestly, they still might not have one right now.
It's sad.
Yeah. But similar to how you got into fitness, it was a competitive thing with your cousin.
With my older cousin.
When I was in my first year of college, not my roommate, but the guy who lived right next to me in the dorms, was a kicker or a punter for the football team. It was a big school, like D1, so everybody who was on the team was a big guy, and I was always competitive with him, and I used to like wrestle with him basically, and he beat me every time, and I said, you know what? He was a big guy. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gym every day for 6 weeks, and I'm gonna beat you after that. And I mean, I went to the gym every day for 6 weeks, but then he still beat me. I'm like, oh, maybe it takes a little longer than 6 weeks to get big.
6 weeks.
But that's what started it, and I hit the gym consistently, really, like since then.
Honestly, for me, like weightlifting is more like therapy. It's just like relaxing. People are like, that's therapy for you. I'm like, yeah.
It is.
By that, like when I hit that leg press, when I was like in the car driving, I remember like saying to myself, wait a second, did I just do this?
Yeah.
And it also has a lot to do with the people that you surround yourself with. Because like if you surround yourself with people who are negative, oh, you're not gonna get you're gonna hurt yourself, and just negative, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like I surround myself, as I said, like with you, Gina, and Jeremiah, and Isabel, people who are like positive, who like when you tell them something, they're not like negative all of a sudden. Yeah. And I remember when I told Gina, she's like, here we go, let's do it.
Yeah.
And when I told her, all right, it's time to go, like she said, I'm coming. And and boom, I hit it. Yeah. That's
huge. It's huge.
And it's really big to surround yourself with the right type of people, because if you don't,
100%. You go down rhythm. You kind of become similar to the people you're around a lot of times.
It doesn't take much either.
Yeah. They can either give you energy or they can steal your energy.
Oh, the big time. And I'm a big believer in that also.
Yeah. let's move on to the next question here. What's your actually, before I ask you that, let's stick with the fitness. Mm-hmm. You mentioned earlier you had some setbacks, so I want to ask you about that. So I saw you recently. You had a couple issues. You had one with the shoulder.
Yes.
And actually, the first time was the ankles.
Was the ankles?
Yep. And actually, side story, you have a good amount of experience horseback riding.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that had a bit to do with it because, like the ankles my toes are up and the ankles down. So, like riding, really like added on, especially with lifting heavy weights and not stretching properly. Added also. So and my shoulders all. So I mean everything added with just lifting a lot of weights and not stretching properly.
Yeah.
And as like you've mentioned, like stretching is a really big important part of your of weightlifting. Like if you don't stretch properly, you're not gonna be flexible or gain muscle.
Right.
So that added a big impact, and now thankfully, I'm just working with you. I'm getting a lot more flexible, and I'm able to lift out a lot more weights.
Yeah. It says a lot. Like if you're trying to do something like, let's say, a shoulder press, but you can't even get your arm overhead, you're never gonna get strong in that position.
Big time.
You got to get the position first, then you can build strength from it. That's where the stretching is going to help you the most.
I never really thought it was important.
Yeah,
I thought
most people don't.
I thought it was like a girly thing to do. Because that's how.
Hey, I like the honesty.
And my cousin would tell me, "Oh, you gotta stretch. Listen to me." I'm like, stop telling me what to do.
Yeah.
I was like, I told him one time, you are just like jealous because I'm bigger than you. So come to find out that he was right. And I hate to admit it, but the guy was right this time.
Yeah. Don't let him hear that.
I was probably gonna hear it.
Oh man. So that's cool. So yeah, you've been making those changes. You've been coming a long way, and
slowly but surely.
Yeah, you're getting there.
It's not gonna be an overnight process.
Exactly.
And it took years of damage. It's very tough to fix it overnight.
Yeah. And then let's talk about. We'll switch gears a little bit. What do you do for your nutrition? I know you're working with Gina right now.
Big time. I think that's the best thing I ever did in my life is to work with her. It's changed my life around like there is no tomorrow. Like I can't even believe that I'm like pressing all this weight by just shifting. Some habits or changing habits that I didn't think were important, but she's definitely explained it and said, "All right, you gotta change this. You gotta slow down on this. Add more sleep. Cut down on your coffee intake." Because I was drinking. Because I thought, from like when we were in the gym, people would say 3 to 5 cups of coffee is good. And Gina said, "Let's cut it way more than that." I remember when I first slowed it down to two cups. I was grumpy as hell.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, my mood would shift.
Yeah.
And you could just tell me hi, and I'll give you that like angry look, and I just said hi, take it easy. And then that cut, that like slowed down, from a cup a day to like sometimes I'll have 2 if I'm really craving it. And I would sleep 5 to 6 hours, like the most. She said, you guys add more sleep, like at least hit 7. Because I wake up early in the morning, like at 4 o'clock, and I finish my day at like 9, 10, depending on what I have to do. Yeah. So sleep sometimes can be tough. Yeah. And also not eating enough carbs. Right. Because before working with Gina, I have done so many diets, which I did this program. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of it. It's called TLS.
I haven't heard of that one.
It's the worst thing you could ever do in your life, honestly. And I'm not.
You weren't a fan.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like before, I thought it was the greatest thing in the world, and it was a 3-month program where they, they will cut your calories like there is no tomorrow. It was like high in protein. That it was little in fats and barely any carbs.
TLS weight loss solution.
Yeah, the garbage solution is what I like to call it. It was the worst.
Say how it is.
Let it be. If they're going to be upset, I don't give a damn. Yeah. And the first month went great. Then they were giving us a lecture. The the next month may be iffy because we're gonna do a detox week, 2 weeks. I never heard of this garbage 2 weeks detox. So the instructor comes out, this week you guys gotta cut all your protein out, no fats, nothing, just pure vegetables and fruits. I was like, what the heck is this? I'm not a rabbit.
Yeah.
It's like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
I still remember this day. We were sitting out in Bertucci's, right? And I was like following to the T. And my mom would tell me, Ash, my son, you're looking pale. Eat anything.
Really?
Something. I wouldn't listen. I just stuck to it.
Yeah.
We got home that day. I remember it so as if it was yesterday. We got home that day. I threw up everything. I was exhausted. I started throwing up all over the place. And my mom said, if you don't eat, I'm going to kill you. I actually had to, I actually had to, my mom actually made me, I think, a chicken that day so I could eat. My body was drenched. When I say I was pale, I was like yellow. And I realized that about myself.
Yeah.
I was so exhausted.
Ugh.
But after that, I kept on going, and I did the rapid slim fit, which they also have. My mom went to Lebanon for 3 weeks. She came back. She couldn't even know, she didn't recognize me.
Really?
I was like, as if you stuck a vacuum up my ass and you sucked it over there. I was so out of it.
Is that your alarm or mine?
Mine.
All right, yeah, grab it real quick. That's wild. Sweet.
That's my alarm to go work out.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll work out after.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit. Let's go. How about? And I think we touched upon this already, so we won't go too in depth about it. Yep. But biggest mistakes people make in fitness.
Listening to the wrong information. Listening to the wrong people. I think that if you go. Right now, if you go on Google search and you look up how to gain muscle or how to lose weight, the information is pages long. You probably 12, 16 pages. You just keep clicking, and the information is so much. You're like, which one is right and which one is wrong?
That we live in what they call the information age. Oh, yeah. Everything you could possibly know is online, but there's a lot of also bad information online. Yeah, so how do you know what's good and what's not?
Exactly.
And
I'm when I first started really caring about the fitness, I met Jeremiah actually. The first person who I met when I met him at Rockstar Gym through Zach actually. Zach said, I got an older brother and I've never met him in my life. So I first spoke to him at Rockstar Gym, and he went in depth in how to train properly, what to do, what not to do. And this is years after I met Jeremiah. He had shared a page of Gina. She was talking about pre-workout meals and post-workout meals. And I was really wait, who's this? So I clicked on the page because I know everything Jeremiah posts that has to do with fitness is on point.
Yeah, he's on point.
He doesn't post anything that's garbage for you to listen to or learn from.
Right.
So I kept on reading Gina's page, and I was really interested. I kept scrolling through, and she had a page that was all about milk. I'm a big guy on milk.
You like milk?
Oh, I drink at least 2 cups a day.
Really?
I love milk. If you're gonna take milk out of it, you're dead.
Yeah.
And she explained the benefits of it and why it's good, and she just went in depth. I was like, wow, this person knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Let's just meet with her.
Yeah.
And I remember the first day I've met her, and we had an hour of consultation. Mm-hmm. I walked out. I was like, I think this is the right person, and I said, you know what? Let's get going.
Let's do it.
And from that day on, I was like, I don't regret a second.
Nice. Good. We'll switch gears a little bit more. Let's get into the acting and modeling. So how did that start?
It was a normal day. I was working at the store, and that day was miserable, cloudy. Ugh. A typical cloudy New England day. It was an hour before I was just finishing. A guy walks in. He goes, you look at the actor that was in the movie that I watched last night. I looked behind me. I said, talking to me. He goes, yeah, you. I said, I was like, this guy must have been on something. Thank you. 2 weeks later, another guy comes in, and I had like a band on my head. He goes, you look like, you look like you could be an actor. I looked up at the sky that I was like, God, you're telling me something. You're telling me that this could be a sign.
Yeah.
So I went home after work, and I, on my iPad, I kept looking like it was really coming to my head. So I looked up acting schools, and there was one in Providence, looked like a bit shady. I said, no, not that one. The one in Boston, I don't like how things went. The one in Connecticut, I didn't even know it was out in Connecticut. I didn't even know what it was. So I just filled out the form and I sent it. They called me about 2 weeks later. Oh, we're from the John Casablanca School from Connecticut and so. Wait, who's this? And he goes, you filled out a form? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's me. They go, well, rehearsal is in 2 weeks. And we sent you an email that explains everything what you have to do. I said, oh no. So I got the email, and they had the commercial script that you have to rehearse. So I went through them. Didn't really like the first 5. I think it was Belvita, Starbucks, the Audi car, and 2 more which I don't remember. The one that really stood out was the Nike.
Were they commercials?
Yeah, a commercial script, but you don't have to memorize it. You just have to read it to see how it went.
Yeah.
Got it. The Nike one I was gonna go through.
Nice.
So we went. It was during the pandemic. So I went through on my iPad. I put it to make sure that they see me. Went down to Joseph A. Bank, got a nice button down with pants. And I said, this is what's gonna be. I read it a few times just to get comfortable with the script. And ready, set, go. And she said, "You ready?" I said, "I'm ready." I was a bit nervous. I didn't.
Oh, totally.
It's like and when she said this is the biggest agency in the New England area, I was like, if I screw this up, I'm an idiot.
That's motivation.
Oh yeah, I'm brutally honest with myself. So I just went on. Now I know one thing: once a woman smiles, that's a good sign. I was like, if she's smiling, that's a good sign. When she's frowning, that means I really fucked it up.
Yeah.
So I said, and she smiled the whole time. She goes, "Good job, and if we're interested in you, we'll call you back in an hour. But make sure to accept our page in your Instagram.
Yeah.
Just to see more of you." Hour goes by, I don't get a call. Oh. You know that feeling? You're like, I screwed up that bad.
Yeah.
An hour and 20 minutes also goes by. Right when I'm about to go into the bathroom, my phone rings. Connecticut. I was shaking. Like, hello, this is. I'm like, yeah, that's me. This is Tina from the agency. I'm talking to Ash. Yep, that's me. She couldn't say my full name. Like, that's me. And she kept on going, you did a great job. You had the confidence, the courage, but you were a bit nervous. I'm like, yeah, the first time. He goes, that's totally fine. That's what we expect. And what would you rank yourself? A being, I got it all, but hands down, like I have experience and all. B, you got the confidence, you got what it takes, but you don't have the experience. C, you're okay, but you need more work with confidence and so on. And D, you really
bombed it.
You're just down the hole.
Yeah.
I said, I think I'm a B. Yeah, we thought you were too. I was like, oh,
good.
We're good. So, with experience, going down actually last week I got my grades in and I got a B. Nice.
There you go.
And I said, I didn't expect myself to get an A. I don't have experience in acting.
Right.
I've never acted in my life, but getting a B is really not bad.
That's awesome.
It's like, I'll take it. It's better than a C and a D.
Definitely. Do you remember the commercial?
No.
No, not really.
No, it's really I don't remember it at the top of my head.
Yeah.
But it had to do with the running shoes.
Yeah.
And it worked now because it was during that time that I bought my sneakers. And I was like, you know what? I've worn them and I know how they feel like. I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
Hit it.
Go with that.
I'm gonna hit it with whatever I got.
That's also backtracking. That's your favorite sneaker, so there you go.
Actually, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm going with it.
Nice. So you got accepted to acting school, and you made the trek out there, 2 hours there, 2 hours back.
And the way that I got into the modeling, it was not on my mind, honestly. So I got accepted. Everything went good. I got the call from the woman, and she said, "We want to, face to face, like on the computer, talk to you more, to go in details with the prices and so on." As I'm talking to the woman, she goes, "Honey, like you got to look to you that we haven't seen in the industry. We want to see if would you be interested in modeling?" I said, "I don't." Like it's not something I want to do. Like it's not on my mind. She said, "But I would recommend it would open more doors for you." I said, "No, I'm all right." She said, "Just take it in consideration. I will see if we could do a package for you and so on." I said, "I'm fine." This woman was on a mission.
Really? She really wanted you.
Oh, she wouldn't quit. Called me back second time, like emailed me and sent me a text message.
Yeah.
"Would you please do it or take it into consideration? I'll give you a $400 discount." I said, no. right before the package ended, she called me the third time.
Yeah.
It's like, this woman's really on the mission. She isn't going to quit. I said, "Fine, I'll do it." And it's the perfect decision, blah, blah, blah. I said, "I'll do it." When I started, going and doing the school, every instructor would tell me, "You got to look to you. We haven't seen. I think you do great." I was like, "Wow." I said, "Am I not looking at myself properly?" So I kept on looking.
Am I seeing what you're seeing?
I was like, "Are we seeing this?"
Yeah.
Like, "Is this the same guy you're looking at?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Let me look at myself in a different look." And I was like, up, down. I was like, "Oh, I see the same guy." I was like, whatever. So... And when I worked with Isabel, she said to me the same thing. I was like, "Are they seeing what I'm seeing, or what's going on here?"
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if we're looking at the same person here, or I got to change the mirror in my room.
The lighting, something.
And right when I got the first photo shoot, the second one, the family members from the Middle East were like, "Wow, this is great. You're looking good."
Your photo shoot came out unbelievable.
Thank you. It's it really has to do with both of us. Like, I'm really good at picking outfits that look good on me, and she's really good at like picking out the scenario.
Yeah.
Like she actually was the one who picked out Gooseberry Beach.
Yeah.
It was Salve Regina. She was the one who did it.
Yep.
So we have this thing going on. I tell her, you pick out the places, because as a photographer you need to you would know better.
Right.
And me being me, I know how to dress, and I know what fits on me, what doesn't. I got a very honest eye.
Yeah.
I could put something on, nope, take it off.
Yeah.
I could put something on, wow, that looks great. Let's go with it. And so far she has agreed with everything I've put on. She's like, and I've never had her say, let's take that off.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah, you'd trust her opinion on that.
Oh, definitely, because you can't work with people who tell you yes on everything. I'm not
right.
perfect. So
right.
if you got somebody that tells you you're doing great at everything you do, you probably work with the wrong person.
Right.
Because if you cannot work, you cannot work with somebody that isn't afraid to tell you you're right or you're wrong.
Right.
And I told her the first day we met, if you got ideas, bring them to the table. If you see me doing something wrong, approach.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid, because you can't just be you cannot not allow somebody to talk to you or explain to you or tell you what you're doing wrong, because if you're doing something wrong and you don't let somebody correct you, that can that could ruin an opportunity for you.
Yeah.
That can wreck an opportunity for you right there. Maybe a company want to hire you, but they see that mistake, and she probably wants to tell you, but is afraid of your reaction, and you're just ruined an opportunity for you. So that's, I'm trying to avoid everything.
Yeah, I think that's a really smart way to look at it.
You have to.
A really smart way to look at it. So you did was the modeling classes as well?
Yes.
It was separate from the acting classes.
The Tuesday was the acting, and Thursday was the modeling.
Wow. So you were busy.
It was. I mean, it was nice. I was able and it was, everything wasn't on paper and pencil. It was you need to listen.
Mm-hmm.
So you had the instructors. I'm not sure if I'm going out of order, but
that's all right.
All right. The instructors have had experience in this industry, so they know what works, what worked for them, what didn't, and they would tell you. They all had a different approach in the industry, and like they told us the first day, we will tell you what worked for us, but also understand you got to do what worked for you.
Yeah.
So I had around
it's a balance.
5 or 4 different structures that would tell me, all right, this is what worked for me. This is what worked for me. What worked for me. I would suggest to you, to maybe get like this is why I went with Isabel, because I had one instructor that said if you don't have any experience in modeling, get a photographer so you could at least practice.
Yeah.
It was on that day actually that I saw Gina's page, and honestly, I remember I messaged her.
Yeah.
I messaged Isabel, right? And she said, "Yeah, we'll meet." It was on a Thursday. Friday she called. Then Monday, I believe, we met and we started right there. Like it was like quick.
So, an idea. I don't know if you've already had this idea or not, but I'm gonna give it to you.
Go for it.
You're big into horseback riding.
I love it.
Have you guys thought about doing a shoot?
We got that already.
Let's go. All right.
Actually, we had it planned. If hopefully everything works out during the during winter.
Oh, nice.
I got it going, man.
There you go.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Cool. All right. So let's. We'll start to wrap up in a little bit, but let me ask you this: what lessons have you learned since I know you've already probably talked about a lot of them, but any big takeaways you've learned from doing the acting, from doing the modeling, from starting that whole I would say like beginning of a career for you, or
what I've learned so far from school is don't stress over or let the denials get to your head. Don't let anything that. Like I've had one job that I didn't get, it just wasn't for me, and I sent an email, didn't get a reply back. That didn't bother me. I said, it wasn't meant for me. Next.
Yep.
You're gonna have. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a lot of like rejections down the line, but if you're gonna let those rejections like get into your head and think that you're no good, then you're gonna demolish yourself. And like the way I look at it, if it's rejected, it's not meant for me. Just keep on going.
Yeah. I think that's a really good point, because people will see that rejection and they really let it get to them.
Oh yeah.
But you can't. In a way, if you're not getting no's, if you're not getting rejections, you're not putting yourself out there.
For me personally, the way I look at it, if it's not meant for me, it's not going to be good.
Yep, right.
If I'm going to do something that's meant, let's say, for you.
Yeah.
And it's meant for you, and I'm going to do it, it's not going to look as good as it would be if it's.
It would be forced. It wouldn't be the right fit.
Exactly. Like you can't you can't play a role that isn't for you.
Yeah.
Like you look like a clown.
yeah. I like that. I like that. All right. So we'll start to wrap it up a little bit.
Right.
What's anything in store for the future? Any plans coming up?
Other than the photo shoot that's coming up next week, no.
What are you doing for that?
That's we're bringing actually the boat down to Fourth Adam.
Nice.
And there's a spot like right at the end that has a beautiful like lighting.
Nice.
And we're taking some pictures over there to upload on my portfolio for school and on Instagram.
Cool.
Yeah. So I don't like to jump years. I don't like to make plans for years, because that's a long time.
Yeah. Totally.
I like to plan weekly.
Sure.
Make small goals and you'll accomplish them.
Sure.
When you're gonna set goals for years, you're gonna be stressed like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's in my point of view, it's okay to have that big picture.
Yeah.
And it's okay for that to change.
I do have a big picture, but
yeah.
I don't want to say, I want to accomplish that. It takes a while.
You have to focus on the small stuff.
Goals and slowly but surely.
100%. I agree with that. Anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to plug? What's your Instagram handle?
It's called ash.shamsuddin.
All right. So follow you on Instagram.
Follow.
Anything else that you follow you on, or anything else?
It's Facebook and I forget now.
Website?
A website actually where we will be working on it.
Nice.
I haven't got that yet. Facebook is the same name too.
Cool. So ash.cham. Oh, all right. CHAMSEDDINE.
Perfect.
Very cool. Any shout outs?
For Gina and Isabel.
Nice.
Those are the two that I highly recommend if you want to go to nutrition. You can get better.
Yeah.
And if you want anything that has to do with social media, photography, everything in the world, I think Isabel can figure it out for
Isabel's a one-stop shop. And if she can't, she'll tell you who can.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I mean, she'll find it within an hour. I'm like,
yeah.
like, you got it.
Very helpful.
And physical training, you.
Physical therapy. Yeah, thank you, man.
And personal training, definitely Jeremiah.
Bullfrog, Jeremiah.
Can't say no to that guy.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And then last question we got. If you have one favorite quote, mantra, or saying, like if you got to put it on a billboard and you want everybody to see that and learn from that.
I think I said this to Gina last weekend. I said to her, the view of the mountain is a lot more beautiful than the ground.
I like that.
Just keep going. I guess a lot more beautiful up there.
Yeah. Keep your head up. Keep your sights up.
I mean, I'm not sure if you've ever been up to the mountains, but
oh yeah,
like we live like in Lebanon, in like if you go to like beach, and 2 minutes away you're up in the mountains, and if you go to the mountains and you look down, the view's gorgeous.
Wow.
And that's where that came from.
Nice. I like that. Very cool. Well, hey, it was fun. Thanks, Ash.
It was beautiful.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man.
All right, we are signing off.